Speaking of things,
What is it?
Are you not sure what we're doing?
Tell them what it's about.
It's going to be about some things.
Oh.
Okay, let's just roll the episode.
Got it.
We're live, and we're speaking of things. This is Tim.
This is Dave.
All right, that's our segment. Talk to you all later.
We're recording live to the space web.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, definitely. So let's just jump right in. So, okay, everybody's talking about it. So is it overkill? I don't know. But it's our new reality. It's the AI thing, right? It's ChatGPT. It's the robot warlords. They're going to take over our lives. They're going to tell us what to eat, how to do our jobs.
So I was actually in a course on this last week, and the current version of ChatGPT, I think it's called ChatGPT 3 or ChatGIP 3 for short.
Can we back? You said a course.
Yeah.
You were in a course? What are you talking about?
Yeah. I was in a course about ChatGPT.
Where? What do you mean you're in a course? There's a course?
Well, not about ChatGPT, but I was in a course about AI, about the AI.
The AIs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just all the AIs.
All of the AIs.
Did they show up?
The AIs?
Yeah.
I mean, figuratively.
They're always there.
Yeah.
They're always there.
They do everything.
You're in a course. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so ChatGPT 3 apparently, and you can check me on this, has about 1.3, 1.7 million connections or queries that go out, and it goes and crawls the web. ChatGPT 4, which is the newest, I think it's come out within the last 2 weeks, maybe longer if you're listening to this later.
There's no way of telling.
Yeah.
No way of telling.
ChatGPT 4 has 1.7 trillion queries that it goes out.
As someone who's good at math, that's actually more than the previous one, correct?
Well, I mean, as a math person, that's correct.
I just wanted to double check my math.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot more. So what I hear is it's ability to quote unquote learn, if that's really what it's doing, is going to be exponential growth. So like you put that on a curve and you watch that sucker go up a little bit, up a lot, like through the stratosphere, like in 2 seconds in terms of the world's time.
I'm not sure if it works in space.
Okay, I don't know. So it's getting smarter every day. Smarter every day.
It is.
Is it really getting smart? It's not. It's just taking what's on the web and basically it's like a Google search on steroids, right? I mean,
I think so.
It only knows what it can see or not see, but find on the web.
What it can find on the web. And my understanding is it can only find things on the web back until like 2018, 2019.
Yeah, they're a few years behind. Okay. So if it's as smart as the web, it's like its brain is the entire web.
Yes.
And the web, we know, is full of nothing but true facts about everything, right? Because it's on the internet. You cannot put something that is not factual on the internet.
I mean, that's why they say live by the web, die by the web.
Who says that?
I just did.
You just did. Okay.
AI says it.
So where I'm going with that, if you haven't figured it out already, is if Johnny Moron starts his own facts about science page, and
that's a great title, Facts About Science. We should do an episode, Facts About Science.
If you're looking for facts about science.
Again, where the hell is that person from?
I don't know. It doesn't, I can't name the source of anywho. So Johnny Moron has his website. And let's say the world is populated with more than one Johnny Moron. Mm-hmm. I know that's a big hypothetical leap there.
Yeah.
All right. So stupid is all over the web, right? So how does AI look at that and go, oh, that's Johnny Moron. Ignore that. I don't know that you have the answer. Are you throwing up?
No.
Oh, okay, just check.
So it's a weird question. So that speaking with some of my friends who are smarter than I, that's who are scientists and work at large organizations like NASA, which I've heard they do.
Doesn't ring a bell. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've heard they do big things. Yeah, that's one of their things is that it doesn't know what's true and what isn't true. And I was a little skeptical of that because I'd been using Chat GPT 3, and it was very accurate in what it was portraying up until about a week ago. And I asked it a question and it was not correct. And I was like, okay, this is what they're talking about.
What did you ask?
So I was trying to figure out how much it cost for Disney to build the ride Tron.
Can we delve into that for a moment? How bored were you when that popped into your head and you're like, everybody, I'm going to be a little late to the party tonight. I have to get an answer to this question.
Yeah. Well, I just ridden Tron.
Okay. So Tron was like front and center of your thought process. You're like, I need more Tron information.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake, I'm on the ride. I feel stupid not knowing this.
Yeah. I want to know, like, how much of my park ticket went to this ride?
Absolutely legitimate question to ask.
Yeah.
GPT.
And so I estimated it probably costs about $380 million.
Just out of your brain.
Yeah. Just knowing nothing about rides.
Right.
And basing that all off of how much it costs to bring back the woolly mammoth.
So I was trying to find the barometer for the woolly mammoth pricing, and now you're using that as a source to say, you know what? This ride ain't nowhere near a woolly mammoth.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so I estimated, and so scoured the internet. And by scoured, I mean looked at least the first 9 to 12 results from Google.
Whatever stupid search you put in there and showed up on the first page. Got it.
And I said, okay, let's ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT probably knows. And ChatGPT gave an answer that it cost approximately $300 million. But it had that it was in the wrong park.
What? What do you mean?
Yeah. It had the ride in the wrong park. So you know how Disney has 4 parks.
Okay.
It had it in the wrong park where it was built, which having just ridden Tron, I knew ChatGPT was wrong. So I think that goes to the part where it doesn't know what's real and what isn't. And there's currently no way to verify.
But you're sure you were in the right park? Because I feel like you're taking that part for granted. Like you knew physically where you were. Like you're 100% certain that you were in a certain park when you rode it.
Most likely.
Because if it's me, and it is, because I'm me, I'm leaning more towards ChatGPT knows what it's talking about. Because it's got a bigger brain, let's say, than you.
Well, it technically doesn't have a brain.
It has a bigger catalog of information.
There's no way to prove that.
So it got the wrong park.
Yeah.
Where did it say it was?
Different park. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I was hoping you'd tell me where. And what park were you in? What park? Disney? You said Disney.
Yeah, well,
like the Florida one.
Yeah, Disney has 4 parks. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know about Disney. So there's like Disney World, Disneyland in California. Is that what we're talking
and then
about?
you have Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom.
Oh.
Did I mention Animal Kingdom twice?
Yeah, I think you did.
Epcot is the one I left out.
17 parks now. Okay. So I'm not familiar with the Disney. Why were you just there to see Mickey, and what was up?
Yeah, just down there, visiting. I hadn't been there in quite some time.
Right.
But it was pretty exciting. I saw Donald Duck, and I'm pretty sure he remembered me.
It sounds exciting.
He waved. To have a picture as a kid dressed up as Donald Duck with Donald Duck, because my mom would make all my Halloween costumes. And one year I was Donald Duck. And then we took the costume to Disney when I was a kid.
Is this when you lost your ear? I just know you, as a child, you had one ear.
I feel like that's the description that you've painted of my childhood and have created. As far as I remember, I've always been a 2-eared.
So you actually went to Disney dressed as a Disney character.
So my parents carried the costume, and they had arranged with Disney folks to meet Donald. And then when we did, I put the costume on, and we have a picture together in front of the castle.
Were you starstruck when you saw him?
I think so. I was pretty quacked about it.
Let's see what you did there.
Yeah, it was a duck joke.
It was. Hey, have you heard the term Donald Ducking it?
No.
Okay. The Donald Duck it. Have you ever seen Donald Duck's wardrobe?
Yeah.
What does he wear below the waist?
Nothing.
Boom. Donald Ducking it. Okay. You understand?
That's a way to do it.
How do you sleep? I Donald Duck it. What are you talking about? I got shirt. Got shirt. Donald Ducking it. You know what I mean?
It's a way to sleep, I guess.
And this dude, Donald.
Yeah.
Donnie. I just call him Donnie just we go back.
Yeah.
He's just prancing around. Just prancing around Disney, just not a care.
Yeah.
And everybody, how is it this freaking duck just gets away with a no pants thing? And mom and dad's like, you know what? My kid dresses up like you too. We're going to get pictures. He's all into this no pants thing. Was that your initial attraction to the duck? I don't know. I've just never.
That's a lot to do with, I think, feather coverage. If that's a term.
Okay. Yeah, feather. He's a feathered person. Not person.
Creature.
I don't like to use that word.
Yeah.
Feels derogatory.
Creature?
I mean, he's a star. I mean, he's big time.
The feathered star.
You got your picture with him, didn't you?
I did.
Just saying. Was he wearing pants?
No.
Boom. And there it is.
Yeah.
We have just entered the airport.
Yeah.
There's a plane flying over. We have a studio very near. What is the airport near here?
Nearest to here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't live here.
Okay. We'll say BWI, which is.
It's pretty far away.
Okay.
It's about an hour and a half from here.
All right. There's a plane.
Your neighbor used to have a helicopter.
Did, yes. Actually landed the helicopter next door.
Must have been convenient for traffic for him.
I would think so. Did I tell you I actually got to fly the helicopter? I just took the H off of it. The helicopter. The helicopter. The helicopter.
Yeah.
It's like steering a ship through Jell-O. Like it's.
So you've steered a ship through Jell-O.
I think everyone has done that at least once in their life, and it's impossible. I don't know what's happening in that thing. It's weird. I can't tell if you're going up or down, or it's just weird. He's like, just look at something that's not moving, which I guess was like a tower or something.
Yeah.
You don't want to head towards the tower. They frown upon that. But look at that steady object to try to keep your course going. But then when the wind's blowing you and you're like crooked, then it's a whole thing. Yeah, I'm not a helicopter pilot.
Well, that's good for our viewers to know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We did have a hot air balloon land in our backyard twice, not bragging.
The same one?
Nope. 2 different ones.
Huh.
Yeah. And guess what happened? We got to get in it.
Oh, really? Did you get a hot air balloon ride?
They call it they tethered it.
So they put a stake in your ground.
Basically, yeah. So the kids, of course, they're like, it's hot air balloon. We're stupid. And so they run towards it because there's a flame in bright colors. That's what kids do.
Yeah.
And they run towards that. And then
Start those with gasoline.
there's some sort of flammable liquid in there, which is good for kids. And so what they do is they go, hey, kids, isn't this fun? You want to hop in the basket and go up 10 feet? Cool. Now help us pack up the balloon. Would you believe the kids fell for it? They helped pack up the balloon.
Wow.
Suckers.
Yeah.
Suckers.
That seems like they got the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they're stupid. And the neighbors got a bottle of champagne out of the deal. Hey, hot air balloon lands in your backyard. Guess what you get? Bottle of champagne.
Wait, I thought you said it landed in your yard.
I made that part up. It was like right at the line.
Oh.
Technically.
Did your neighbors split the champagne with you?
Not a drop. Never saw that champagne again.
Huh.
Got handed to him. Off it went.
Huh.
Free child labor.
And they should have gave the kids some champagne.
Let them play with the fire.
Yeah. It's usually good for kids to play with fire.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of things.
So apparently archaeologists have found a lost underwater civilization with magnetic fields.
What are you talking about, civilization?
Yeah, I'm just reading what's on the Google homepage.
No, for real?
Yeah.
That's on the Google. I just said Google.
Yeah.
I just renamed them. I'm going to call them that. The Google homepage?
Yeah, it came out 14 hours ago. I'm going to guess it's somewhere in Israel because it's from the Jerusalem Post. And last time I looked at a map, that's where Jerusalem was. This is actually pretty interesting. There's a big manta ray, some fish.
But they're saying civilization.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's living there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a dumb question, which is unusual for me. When you say civilization or even lost civilization, does that automatically imply human? Or can that be like any old animal?
I'm not an archaeologist.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Cleared that right up.
So I think it's approximately 12,000 years old. From Bradley University of Bradley.
They went to college?
The people who found it.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah. I guess they use seismic data to find this place. And interestingly enough, there's a picture of a woolly mammoth.
Look at that.
In the article.
The viewers will love that image.
Yeah.
Of the woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
This is below the ocean. They're in the ocean.
It was discovered. So I don't know how these two things link together, but found in the North Sea at a Celtic and prehistoric museum in Ireland.
Can we talk about this is what's on the internet and this is what AI is going to be looking at, right?
Yeah.
So you ask a question about civilizations. Isn't this an answer from the AI worlds?
Well, they found one. So yeah, I would say so.
I don't know. They said AI, 80%. Don't fact math check me, please, because these are probably 100% incorrect. 80% of the jobs will be replaced. 10% of those will be replaced. I can't do numbers. 80% of jobs in the world, 10% of the people doing those jobs will be replaced by AI. Does that make sense? Did you follow me? The numbers?
80% of the 10% will be
80% of the jobs. So, like, in other words, if I'm building houses, AI is not involved. Physical labor. Okay.
Right.
The physical labor jobs, you got to get your car fixed. AI, probably not involved.
Architect, though.
Architect?
But what about the robots, like the Tesla robot? You teach them to build houses?
Well, haven't you seen how they 3D print houses?
No.
Yeah, for real.
Like the people live in? They're not Barbies?
Yeah, 3D print. It's this huge arm. It extrudes concrete, and it just goes line by line, line by line around where the exterior wall and the interior walls are. And it just keeps laying lines of concrete.
That's good that you get both sides of the wall.
Well, you have to pay extra, of course. Would you like one or two sides of the wall?
That's where they get you.
One side.
Yeah.
Inside or outside? Two sides, you're going to have to pay a little more. But yeah, okay, now you got me thinking. So the piece that AI is missing is the physical piece. But if it can take hold of some physical
Robot.
Boom, right there. Terminator. There it is.
I've actually never seen Terminator.
Get out of the studio immediately. For real?
Yeah. It was too scary.
There, like last week when you could have watched it, you still feel it's too scary?
I didn't have that on the calendar last week.
You were Donald Ducking it last week.
Yeah.
Okay. So bottom line is, if AI, so this is the concern, AI goes out into the wild, meaning it is now living out on the internet unsupervised.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, teaching itself. And it's getting smarter because it's taking in all this information. And then all of the internet seems to be connected to the grid, to manufacturing and all that. Now there's the physical piece. Now AI is I don't know, getting crazy. Because Johnny Moron has 20 websites and AI is listening to him and it's doing stupid stuff.
So who gets the blame when the AI, the robot, has extruded the wall, both sides of it, and falls down and kills someone?
Well, you have a robot car.
I do.
You have one, and who gets to blame when you go autopilot? You have the autopilot. The what do you call it?
So full self-driving.
Boom.
Yeah.
Full self-driving.
Yes.
Self meaning the car.
The car.
Okay. It's not you.
No.
Now, you are in the car. What do you do when it's self-driving? I'm assuming you're sleeping or drugs or alcohol or something like that. Something illegal.
No.
Okay.
It monitors you. So the car is making sure you are paying attention to it driving.
And how's it doing that?
Through cameras and I guess latency or something on the steering wheel.
No,
I have to touch the
stuff
steering
up.
wheel.
So you cover up the camera. It can't see you.
It'll actually turn its self-driving feature off.
So it can get shitty.
Yeah.
It can get it
have a bad attitude.
Hey, all of this stuff is just software. Can it get hacked?
I don't worry about that. I mean, people say all the time, people ask me, aren't you worried about it getting hacked? What happens if this happens? I'm like, one, I'm not that important. And two,
you're on speaking of things, my friend.
Yeah, that's true. Two, you know, what if your phone gets hacked? What if, there's 100,000 other things that you could apply that same what if to? Like, I
just want you to be paranoid and super self-conscious. That's all.
It's probably not going to happen. In regards to that.
In regards to that.
Yeah. I have a whole bunch of other things I'm paranoid and self-conscious about.
Ooh, give me one. Anything in particular? You don't want to say it.
This wouldn't be a comedy podcast anymore.
All right, keep it to yourself then. Keep it to yourself.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, vampires. Petrified of vampires.
So that's a real.
That's a real thing. I was not kidding.
Okay, so all right, let's dig a little deeper. Vampires.
Yeah.
Real, not real?
Probably not real.
Okay. You're leaving the door cracked open to say it's possible they're real. That's where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Okay. So, primary concern. What is the primary?
I'm not sure, like, it's a rational fear.
I can assure you it's not rational.
All right. Gosh. I've just always been afraid of that and the post office.
You might have to elaborate on the post office. No, you're messing with me with the post office thing.
I am not. So, yeah, I have a fear of the post office as well. I avoid it whenever I can. When I was in Iraq, so, as you know, I was in the military on a combat tour in Iraq. I had someone go to the post office with me to mail things back because I didn't want to go by myself.
You might have to help me understand what is the concern at the post office.
I think I don't understand what goes on at the post office, like how it works when you give the package over.
Is this for real? This
is for real. Like, I just don't understand. And I find that they're always very rude. And it's like, I'm not an expert in mailing things. I'm dependent on you. Don't be mean to me. And I give you this package and you go do some stuff and it shows up in another place.
Do you think magic's involved?
Again,
I'm sorcery.
I don't know what's involved. And that's the part that freaks me out.
That's the freak out moment. Wow, that is very specific.
The postal phobia.
And so the source of the fear, if I understand correctly, is the unknown. You don't know what's beside from them being rude. So, like, if you go to the Motor Vehicle Association, whatever.
I just prepare to be a dickhead.
Okay, so one, they're not going to be nice to you.
No,
okay.
And I'm not going to be nice back.
Okay. So set that to the side. So post office, you go in knowing they're probably not going to be super nice to me. MVA, I don't know what magic or sorcery is happening behind the scenes to make things happen or not happen.
Yeah.
Do you have the same fear?
No, because they are just assholes there.
I don't understand your fear. Are the post office, some of the post office individuals, a-holes?
They tend to be rude.
Okay, so we've got a little parallel, a little match.
But I'm depending on them to get my package to another location.
MVA, you need a new license. You need an ID.
But you immediately get that when you're at the post office, most of the time.
Yeah. No fear there.
No fear, just hatred, really.
So,
yeah.
Your mindset going into MBA is more like, I'm ready for battle. Let's do this.
Yeah, I put on my helmet and flak vest when I go into the MVA.
Do you have like an opening line? Like, you want a piece of this today? You want to try me today, son? Do you ever do that?
I haven't done that. I usually let them open with that. Just so I don't seem like I'm the aggressor.
You don't want to instigate, but
yeah,
you do want to engage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that something that
I feel like people at the MVA wake up and they're like, I'm about to ruin some people's lives today. Or not ruin, but make their lives more difficult.
Isn't it that sort of I have power? It's a bit of a power trip on their part.
Perhaps.
Like, you need me.
And knowing that there's no repercussions for their actions.
Guess who can't get fired today? Me. Why? Because I work for the MVA.
Exactly.
You can hate me. I like you hating me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the MVA person.
I don't even know how people are friends with those people.
And they're like, you know what?
Yep.
What you're asking for is easy. Guess what I'm going to do?
Make it hard.
Boom.
You know, I've never actually met someone who has worked for the MVA. Like,
they live underground.
that does not surprise me. I don't know who would want to be friends with those people.
Well,
I think I've had one good experience there, and I actually told the lady, like, in my 20 some years coming to the NVA, you're the nicest person who's ever helped me.
She tell you to go to hell.
So I was like, well, that's par for the course.
This episode was brought to you by our sponsors who sponsored this episode. On the next episode of Speaking of Things.
So your first venture back into putting meat in your mouth was with chicken.
I think that's a different podcast. Yeah.
This episode was brought to you by the creators and writers of Speaking of Things. If you're interested in being a guest on Speaking of Things, let us know by contacting us. Special thanks to our casting crew, which makes every episode possible by creating it. Speaking of Things would not be possible without the ideas we have and your idea ingestion.
I just want you to be paranoid and super self-conscious. That's all.
It's probably not going to happen. In regards to that.
In regards to that.
Yeah. I have a whole bunch of other things I'm paranoid and self-conscious about.
Ooh, give me one. Anything in particular? You don't want to say it.
This wouldn't be a comedy podcast anymore.
All right, keep it to yourself then. Keep it to yourself.